We have some major breaking news. It has been announced that Row Motorsports has officially finalized the purchase of the Stewart-Haas Racing Charter. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. As I just said a second ago, we have some pretty massive and major breaking news, as it has been officially announced that Row Motorsports has officially finalized the purchase of the Stewart-Haas Racing Charter. Here's what General Manager Jerry Freese says. He says, Row Motorsports has finalized the purchase of our third charter from Stewart-Haas Racing. Announcements on driver, car number, and additional partners will be coming very, very soon. This is absolutely huge. We have been expecting this news to come for the last couple of weeks. Remember, a few weeks ago, it was announced that Row Motorsports and 2011 Racing would both be required to get the charters from NASCAR. We obviously knew that Row Motorsports and 2011 Racing also, of course, would be expanding to three-car operations for the 2025 season. There are two drivers, of course, at front row are Todd Gillen, who will drive at 34, and while the number has not been officially announced for Noah Gragson of the team, we do believe the number is going to be number 4 for the team in 2025. They, of course, like I said, have been trying to get the purchase done from Stewart-Haas Racing, but the reason they couldn't get the purchase done until now was because of the lawsuit going on. Remember, 2011 and Front Row Motorsports are currently suing NASCAR at this moment for antitrust claims, and until the judge had basically ruled on a preliminary injunction and the purchase going through, we did not know for sure if both those organizations were going to be expanding in 2025. This is absolutely huge, and it's really a great day for Row Motorsports as a whole that they officially will be expanding to three-car operation in 2025. Let's first begin by talking about the potential driver who will be behind the wheel. So who is going to be the driver behind the wheel of this car? Well, we are expecting that Zane Smith is going to be the third driver at Front Row Motorsports in 2025. This has been expected. Zane, of course, has driven for Front Row Motorsports in the past. We already know that Zane will not be back with the Trackhouse Racing family for 2025. He's been linked to Front Row Motorsports over the course of the last couple of months, really since they got announced he would be out of the team. Really has been kind of linked over to that team since the middle of September that he was going to be going back to Front Row Motorsports into the future. So that's why he's been linked over there. And Zane Smith, of course, has worked at Front Row Motorsports in the past, right? He drove for the team and won a championship with them in 2022 in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series and had a ton of success over there. And he also made a cup start with the team, or a couple cup starts in the number 38 car when Todd Gillen had to drive a different number for multiple different organizations, and even got a top 10 in the Coca-Cola 600. You look at Zane Smith in the second half of this year as well with Spire Motorsports. Zane Smith had a really strong second half of the season. After a disastrous first half of 2024 with Spire, he really showed up and showed a lot more pace and speed in the second half of the year and the season. He had one of the better average finishes in the field. I think he had a 14th place average finish in the second half of the year, and in general, Zane Smith ran really, really well. But when you look at the overall lineup for Front Row Motorsports going into 2025, you've got three really young but very talented race car drivers. You've obviously got Zane Smith going over there, who has extremely done an amazing job in Cup the last half of the year and did an absolute impressive job and has got a truck championship. You got Noah Gragson, who really had a bounce back year in 2024, especially at the start of this season, and looked really strong then. And then you had Todd Gillen, who had a pretty big breakout year in 2024. And going into 2025, he's going to be working with Chris Lawson, who is one of the better crew chiefs in Cup. He, of course, won the championship with Zane Smith in trucks in 2022, but since he's gone to the NASCAR Cup Series, he has done an exceptional job with Justin Haley. He brought that 51 car up to the front a lot more consistently and has showed a lot of improvement in performance. Now, moving on, of course, to the second part of this, the car numbers for the team. We obviously do know, of course, we've heard here the number 4 will go with Noah Gragson. We don't know at this point what number Zane Smith will drive for the team. I'm thinking it could be the number 14, which wouldn't shock me or surprise me. There were theories going around, rumors going around that the 14 may be the number they choose instead of 38. So having like the 4, the 14, and the 34, which would make a lot of sense, even though I think the 38, which has been a Front Row Motorsports number really for many, many years, it would make a lot more sense to have a 38 than basically the number 14. But if they choose the number 14, it is what it is. Going to additional partners, there have been rumors about Rush Truck Centers coming over to the team for 2025, and there may be some other partners like Bass Pro Shops joining the team for 2025 as well. But we also do know that some of the companies that have been in Front Row, like Grillo's Pickles, A&W probably is going to stick around. We already know that Loves is going to be working with Todd Gillen for a ton of the year in 2025 as well. But when I look at Row Motorsports in 2025, it's not just their Cup lineup that looks really strong. Their truck lineup also looks very, very fabulous for 2025 as well. You've got Chandler Smith, who was one of the best drivers in Xfinity competition in 2024, where he was really strong in Xfinity with Joe Gibbs Racing, is going down and running in a second truck, most likely number 34 truck. He did an exceptional job with Joe Gibbs, and I think he's going to be a championship contender in the truck series in 2025. And then, of course, you have Lane Riggs, really strong in the second half of the year, had a really great year and a fantastic second half of the year. Despite a bad start to the year, the second half of the year was really strong for Lane Riggs, and I think Lane and Chandler are going to be championship contenders. This is a team that many years ago was a starter park team, and now they're becoming one of the fastest teams in the NASCAR Cup Series and in the Truck Series as well. And what's stopping them eventually from opening up an Xfinity program again like they had in the late 2000s? I think it'd be really cool if they could get an Xfinity program going down the road, maybe for Chandler Smith if he wanted to move up in 2026. It'd be cool for them to get that going. But I look at the Cup Series next year, and the lineups are going to be really strong in 2025. Obviously, teams like Hendrick Motorsports, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman, William Byron are going to be fast. 2311 Racing with Bubba Wallace and, Tyler Reddick and Riley Herbst, I think, are going to be fast next year. We obviously know Joe Gibbs Racing is going to be a championship caliber team with the new addition of Chase Briscoe, Denny Hamlin being there again, Ty Gibbs and Christopher Bell. You've got some really strong teams in that middle group, though. You've got, of course, the Trackhouse team of Daniel Suarez, Shane Van Gisbergen, and Ross Chastain. You're going to have, like I said, Spire Motorsports, Carson Osbar, Michael Medell, who's departing from Front Row, who's going over to Spire next year. And obviously, of course, Carson Hocevar, who is extremely strong, and Justin Haley, who's going to have Ronnie Childers next year. You've got Rich Schultz Racing with Kyle Busch, who is in a contract year with RCR, to my understanding, for 2025, and understanding of a lot of people. So he's going to have be in a breakout year, hopefully not breakout, but just a really good year, hopefully, for Kyle. And then, of course, you have other teams that are looking to move their way up through the ranks, and you have, like, Legacy is looking to improve. You're going to have Colleague that's looking to get better. Overall, the NASCAR Cup Series is going to certainly be interesting for 2025. And I think this upcoming year is going to be one of the most fun seasons, especially looking at that mid-pack. You're going to have guys like Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott, Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell, who are going to be up front contending for the title. But that battle between 8th to 30th is going to be really strong next year. And I think it's going to be a very fun battle in 2025 in the NASCAR Cup Series, which is why I think the Cup Series is going to be really exciting and really fun this upcoming year. But it's also really great to see that Front Row has finally gotten the purchase of the third charter done, and they're going to be expanding in 2025, which is really exciting, and I think it's going to be really fun to see for sure in 2025. So, that is going to today's special breaking news report on Front Row Motorsports getting the charter from Stewart-Haas Racing. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. List description below that, and comment your thoughts below on today's episode. Who do you think is going to be the third driver behind the wheel of that seat in 2025? Let me know it in the comments below. First of all, I do want to wish you guys a happy new year. Hope you guys are spending time with families. It's New Year's Eve, so hope you guys are spending your time with your families. I've got some really good content dropping. I will have the goals video for 2025 dropping tomorrow on the channel. If there's any major news that breaks over the course of the next couple days, we'll discuss it here live. Friday will probably be NASCAR Cup winter predictions dropping. Actually, Friday we're going to have a NASCAR news video dropping, talking about everything, including the purchase of the charter. And we have a lot of great content. We've got Chili Belencher list dropping soon. We've got the Formula One driver lineup dropping. I'll be talking about that. We'll talk to people like Haley Deegan, Shane Van Gisbergen, Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, Bubba Wallace, Lawsuits, Chandler Smith, Eric Almirola, Zane Smith, like I said, Kyle Busch, all those people in the industry, Connor Zillis, Jr. Motorsports, all that good stuff as we get through the rest of the offseason, get closer to the start of 2025. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody, and I want to wish you guys a happy new year. Take care, everybody.